Oh yeah, back on the classic Mini 74 paint job. In the last video you saw me doing the priming with the epoxy. Now it's time to get some underseal on. I'm going for the Gravitex. I'll show you that in a second. I'm not going to be sticking this Gravitex everywhere. I've been doing some masking out. I'm only going to use it on the underneath of the car. I'm not going to be doing the valances. I'm not going to be doing all of the engine bay. I won't be doing the inside of the boot. I won't be doing the inside of the floor, even though I've seen other people use it. The only other area apart from the underside, and I'll show you where I've masked out too, is I'll be doing it on the inside of the fiberglass roof. So I've masked round that reinforced fiberglass roof I did, which you can have a look at in, again, previous videos. That'll look quite nice, and a bit of spongy orange peel black undercoat. Give it a bit of sound deadening as well, because I've been told the Gravitex has got those properties with it, not only as a protection but also as a reducer in vibrations and cabin noise. So yeah, two main areas, inside of that roof and around the rear wheel arches, behind the valance, the rear valance, outside of the battery box, heel board, main areas of the underside of the floor, the exhaust tunnel. I won't be using it on the new sills, the new outer sills, so I've masked a line down the sills. I want the sills to be a nice smooth body coat colour. The front wheel arches, down inside that closing panel there, all along the inner wings, behind the headlights and the indicators and the radiator grille, just on the outside. And then I've masked out the engine bay. So yeah, we'll be doing the tail board there, the bulkhead, that area there where the steering rack bolts on, inside the front valance, and then same the other side. What I find with this masking out, get yourself some decent masking tape to start with. This blue stuff's okay, because the crappy cheap stuff does leave a gluey residue. I've used the crappy stuff just to hold this masking paper on, but I think the key is to find your edges with a decent masking tape and create your edges first. I went all the way around the kind of the template for the area I wanted to paint with the decent stuff to create the straight edge, and then I just used the paper and the rubbish masking tape just to give myself something to stick to. So I've spent a bit of time on the blue and then just nailed on this this paper, because the last thing I want to do is get this Gravitex all over the body shell, because yeah, it probably does come off, but I don't want to do the work in getting it off. I don't want big thick spongy underseal on the main body when you spend so long flattening these things back. So yeah, that's the idea. The Gravitex I bought as a kit. Where you gone? Oh, here I am. Yeah, I bought as a kit. I think we got 5 bottles. 5 bottles in a box. There's the other 3 and that gun. It's a pretty cheap sort of body shut gun. I had to change the attachment on the end to fit onto my airline. But yeah, that screws directly onto these bottles of Gravitex. Sucks it up from the bottom of the Gravitex tubs. So yeah, take the lid off, screw it on the gun, give it a good shake, and in this bucket what I'm going to do is put some hot water in there and let those tubs warm up a bit. Agitate it, shake it about, stick it on the gun and spray it. It's a bit of a weird gun this. I mean, it's got a big fat tip on the end. This thing must come shooting out like a hose pipe. But I suppose I'll suck it and see and give it a go. That's where we are. Let's see how this Gravitex goes on. Let's give it a go. back again. This is the after Gravitex feedback video. I'll let you have a quick look. As you can see, it started off pretty glossy when it went on, shiny. Now it's starting to really matte down. There's a couple of areas where I went over it again with a sort of a second coat. Still a little bit glossy there, and away from the heater down in this front wing, still a little bit glossy. It's still venting off because it really stinks. So I've left the extract on up in the roof, left the heater on. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. What I'm pleased about more than anything is obviously the finish of it, but all my dodgy welds have now magically disappeared. So where all these panels were joined together, and I did spend a bit of time doing some light skims of filler over it. They've all now gone. I mean, considering these are new front floors and sills and things, and obviously all the front end closing panels and the inner wing flitch panel repairs, you just literally can't see the joints. You know, that inner wing there was welded on down the side of the turret there. That's all kind of disappeared. The roof's dried pretty well. I mean, being fiberglass, it's not going to be perfect because it's a bit, you know, it's a bit strandy, the fiberglass, but it's a damn sight better. And it, you know, it's got a bit of protection on it, bit of sound deadening. Yeah, I don't think I've missed many areas. There's a couple of light areas, but where I've caught it with the bottle as I've been leaning over, a little light area there, but it's good enough. We'll get some body paint colour on that. I'll start stripping all this masking tape off once it's dried properly. I'll do that tomorrow. I'm not going to do it today. I've got through, I emptied that one on the gun, so I've got through 4 of those containers. I've got one left. Can't be bothered to clear the gun out. Awkward areas were getting round the back of this valance where the wheel well tightens up into it. Obviously getting under these slinger brackets here is a bit of a ball ache. Getting behind areas on the inner wings is difficult, but you know, you're never going to see it again once it's on its wheels. So, well, unless you live in the sewers and you're looking up, but I'm happy with that. But it's amazing how much I masked off and you still get some spatter of overspray. It's come down on the inner dash, coming through the gear selector hole up there. So yeah, it does go everywhere, but dries really well, and for the money I'm happy with that. Right, thanks for watching, and stay safe, and if you get a chance, give me a like or a dislike. Subscribe if you can, always helps. And I'll see you on the next one, which I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. What will it be next? Maybe painting these subframes and bits and pieces, start assembling the subframes up. Yeah, that'll be good. See you soon.